Hopefully it's a space where everybody feels connected to community and welcome, and they can be their authentic selves. I'm Taylor Jordan, and I own Black Birch Books in Wasilla, Alaska. I accidentally started the bookstore, and it ended up being fantastic. When I retired from the military, I wanted to make sure there was a safe space where everyone was welcome, and that 100% of the time is a bookstore. I don't buy books or do store credit, but I take any book in any condition with reckless abandon, and I have no standards on the books that come in. You can find anything in my bookstore. And so it's easy to figure out what needs to go on the shelf because people request it or it comes in through donations. I don't censor what's on my shelves. I'll put any kind of book on my shelves because that's what people need. I have an entire banned book section. I have things for and against the same topic on the shelves next to each other because that's my job. I started bookbinding here at the bookstore because it was a need that people had, and no one else in the community did it on the level that was needed, and so I'm able to reverse engineer and rebuild books using classic materials and methods that are needed for the old book repairs from like the 1830s and so on to make sure that a family heirloom stays living and passed on through generations. Books have inferred value. They're only valued when someone loves them, so we want all books to be loved. I did a restoration on an old family Bible that came to me as confetti in a Walmart bag, and it was 150 hours of work. And the family cried when they picked it up, and that's the goal, folks. We want someone to cry when they pick up their old family heirloom. I think it's very important to own a bookstore today because people need different ways of educating themselves and using critical thinking just as much as they ever did. But I think social media has made it abundantly clear that there needs to be other resources for everybody, and actually physically engaging in person is something that can't be replicated. I have about 20 events a month, and I do them all by community request. So people ask for an event and I host that event for them, and then they get to engage on that level in person. I was in the Air Force for 15 years before my spine told me that I needed to call it quits. I was in security forces, law enforcement. Every interaction I had with anybody, it was a state of crisis that they were in. I have a giant cavern of empathy and holding for people in the situations they're in, so I can meet the needs of the community fairly well because of my past experiences. Here we don't have standard employees. We exclusively hire the homeless and at-risk youth of the My House program here in Wasilla. So they're actively homeless and actively unemployed. We just start at whatever level someone is at, and then that gives them something to grow and develop from. I think my favorite part about owning the bookstore is that I get to meet all the different people that the community has, and it's a really enriching, engaging experience. Black Birch Books, let's crack some spines. You can be tough and you can be a reader, and more importantly, we don't want you just to look at the books on your shelves. We want you to engage with them because then you're engaging with yourself too.